So if you're heading off from central Slovakia and from Hotel Kaskady, as we were, you have a couple of choices. You can take the road down south and then across to the west, and that's through the historic city of, or around it at least on a modern expressway, the city of Nitra, and across through the capital of Slovakia, which is Bratislava, and then up into the Czech Republic at one of their major cities, which is Brno, and spread out wherever you want to go, up to Prague or across to Vienna or across to Ostrava and into Poland, whichever you want to do, it's all available to you. But this is the route I like, the mountain journey. This is up through the villages. This is real life in Slovakia. And the people are so friendly, they're just beautiful people. And as you travel up, which is not the same as a modern freeway, it's a pretty rough road at times because it's been really treated severely by the latest winter. So it's a constant repair job for people maintaining the roads. And then you go into this, look at this, the greenery. It is just so green. And you'll see people cycling, very popular pursuit in both Slovakia and the Czech Republic. And then you make your way through all these twists and turns, and it really is that type of road. But you pass these restaurants where you can stop off and have something to eat and drink. It's a very pleasant experience. You can take a longer journey up through Rožmberok, which is great too. It's mountain scenery. In wintertime it's very spectacular with the snowfalls there. But it's a bit longer, and up through Martin does me fine, despite these twists and turns that you're seeing right now. Then you end up on this plateau, and you feel the folk music coming in on you. Just as you look at the mountains, which are an extension of the Tece, the famous mountain range which leads into very scenic locations of the high Tatras. It's all part of Slovakia. And you're heading still towards your destination into the Czech Republic. And you're passing castles like this. Look at this ruined castle up there. And not far along the road here, with a stream running by, you look up on the other side and you see on another high point another mountain, and it's still welcoming visitors there today. So this is part of the scenic experience of a mountain journey. Very special. Limestone outcrops. There it is, another castle. And then it's time to head into another mountain range. And this time we're heading towards the Czech lands. In a very historic part too, because we enter in the Wallachian region, and they've made special tribute to the people who settled here so long ago. It's all very scenic. There's more and more forest as you climb higher and higher into the Czech lands, crossing the border into the Beskedy Mountains. And you arrive at a place called Honey Bečva, And this is the high ground, obviously. That's where the honey comes from. But it's a choice of where you want to stay. You can go into the woods, into the forest, like I did here at Hotel Messit. And you move on into seeing how the locals live here just by walking around. If you like, you can cycle, but on this sort of territory it's great to just walk through and observe. So I set out on what turned out to be a 5-hour trek, because I went up one side of the big forest and came down through the other side and had to find my own way back. And here's the feeling I experienced. Just look at these scenes. The song is all about water flowing from the brook. Well, I'm not quite sure where the brook is in this case, but the forest is certainly there and beckoning. You can hear the bird song, which is so delightful. On this occasion, I was taking a solo journey. It wasn't long before I found a couple of the locals, mother and daughter I think, who were picking wild blueberries in the forest. Yeah, this type. And they so kindly offered me part of their labours. They had a basket full of these berries, and they offered me some, a complete stranger who spoke very limited Czech. So I said, no, I'll try them for myself. And that's what I did. Delicious. As long as you get them ripe, but that's not too hard to do. Ah, the feeling. Just out there, the solitude of being in the forest, the bird song, picking berries. So there are a few villages out here, and the bitumen soon runs out because they're the roads that just link the villages, and then you're on a dirt track. I guess in some parts of the world we'd call it a forest trail, but you just find more people out there in the forest picking blueberries. But I was heading down and eventually back to my hotel, and my intention was that I would get back to the motorway, which I did. And as the cars sped on their merry way, I just kept walking down towards what I knew was a big reservoir in Horny Bechva. This is where you find families gathering at the edge of this reservoir, lake if you wish, and quite a few fishermen. So by this time we had travelled through the Velké Fatra, the mountains in Slovakia, and into this scenic area in the Beskidi Mountains. So it was a real mountain experience, and you can see I was enjoying it. There are other options, of course. There's the upmarket, in these local terms, Hotel Duo, which has a hotel complex of saunas and pools. Up here it's different though. It can be sunny down further. Come up into the mountains high on a not so sunny day and you'll find that you're in the mist. But there's always the Kolibar as you travel on coming back down the mountain. And you're into well-earned rest. Time to top up with a sizable cappuccino and enjoy some of the Czech cuisine out here. This is the Moravian part of the Czech lands, but In summer, the storms come over pretty quickly. You can see the clouds gathering, so it's time to head tailored for some shelter. You're back on the freeway now at 130 kilometers an hour, so it's comfortable that you know you can outrun the storm before it really breaks. And you head for some shelter. That's the idea of it all. Of course you can head for a city hotel. There's plenty of accommodation options available. But at the same time, I think it's always nice if you see a storm coming like this, you try to find a quiet country town in Moravia. And perhaps you'll get lucky and you'll find some place that has a wonderful view.